Hey Stace. Alright, so here are the swings we did the other day. This was your first swing. So what we were talking about was, and you'll see it here, increasing your upper trunk coil or turn, or by extending or reaching out. So watch this one. So not a whole lot of difference to here. So I think starting just before left arm parallel, you'll see your hips be moving a little bit more because you're trying to get this to stretch out and coil up, so you're feeling like you're reaching that way and moving into this hip. So if you watch the end, the point of your shoulder here, once it gets to just above left arm parallel, it really doesn't go anywhere, and that would be the top of your backswing. So this is a stop and go, so you're going to stretch it out. Watch what happens. So again, we look at the point of the shoulder right here. Now, I'm going to catch it at the same spot. So you can see in the back of the shoulder blades right there that you've gotten yourself much more turn. You can look at your legs. So this is how we're going to get more power. Two things to watch for: don't want to move the head too far off the ball, so you're stretching out away from the center. You can expect the head to pull off some. That would be, to me, that would be acceptable. Just got to watch it doesn't get more than that. It's also good the way you're gradually lowering and not all at once. So we talked about that, so that as you go into the top of the backswing, your head is going to continue to go down because you're still deepening. So there's just more wind in that lower back area here, and the shoulders, upper trunk, from the rib cage up, is much more coiled up. So a lot more potential power in that, if we can get back to the ball. So one thing we didn't work on coming through is, I think we want to keep that right side of the pelvis lower and driving up into the left rather than lifting up, and that would get the right foot rolling in a little bit more. But we were working mainly on stretching out that backswing, so that looks good. So if we look at the down the line view, this is the first swing. So that's the left arm parallel, and so is this. So you can see as you try to reach it out a little bit more, definitely more depth here. Elbows a little bit deeper. Remember, this is about where the turn cuts off so that the right arm begins to fold back, so the shoulder raises up a little bit. Now this one you're going to keep stretching this thing out. So we're still trying to keep the upper arm pointed a little more in front. And look how nicely you're using your pivot there. So it's a big difference in here. So you can see that's going to take a little longer for the hips to re-square, so you're putting more pull on that left side doing that. Here the hip is spinning, now the right hip is coming up a little sooner. But even here, what I want to do is keep this pelvis down and the right hip, right side driving up into the left. But having that depth in the backswing has allowed you to stay bent, even though you're up a little bit. It's still more bent over than this one. This one looks hung back more so. And you can see how the hands are releasing around to the left a little more. All right.